Time is standing still and I don't wanna leave your lips. Tracing my body with your fingertips.
I know what you're feeling and I know you wanna say it. I do too, but we gotta be patient. Cause someone like me
And someone like you
really shouldn't work, yeah, the history is proof. Damned if I don't,
damned if I do.
you know by now we've seen it all. Say, oh, we should fall in love with our eyes closed. Better if we keep it when we don't know the best we've been in, the names and the faces of who we were with. And oh, ain't nobody perfect, but it's all good. The past can't hurt us if we don't look. Let's let it go. Better if we fall in love with our eyes closed.
You know, what's so interesting to me, honestly, what I just keep thinking about while I'm listening to this, I was kind of getting lost in the song, was like I wouldn't have expected their voices to blend as well as they did. That goes in the verse. You know, they didn't just, one took the first verse and the other took the second verse, like they shared the verse. And then come into the chorus, they were doing unison, and unison is where two lead vocalists sing the same melody. And typically, like for example, when I'm doing duets, I typically never like to do unison. I always typically harmonize, because when it comes to unison, if you got two lead vocalists, most of the time their voices are going to compete with each other and they're not going to blend. They're going to kind of compete. And ZAYN has a very, what we call legato voice, where all of the resonance is slurred between the consonants, whereas JISOO normally has more of a staccato voice, which is great for pop, where all of the resonance is disconnected. So I wouldn't have expected their voices to blend together as well as they did, yet I don't know about you, but I thought that that sounded fantastic. Just the way that the voices blended on unison. I really enjoyed it. And then the way that they had that call-in response verse, I really enjoyed it, including just the coloring of the vocal tone. And I just wouldn't have expected these two voices. I wouldn't have necessarily thought, okay, these two voices are going to pair really well together. I don't know, maybe you have a different opinion than me, but it worked out great. Let's keep it going.
I got tunnel vision every second, let you with me.
Nice.
No, I don't care what anybody says, just kiss me. Cause you look like trouble, but it could be good. I've been the same kind of misunderstood.
Whatever you've done, just it ain't nothing new. You know by now we've seen it all. Say, oh,
Yeah, nice.
we should fall in love with our eyes closed. Better if we keep it where we don't know the best we've been in, the names and the faces of who we were with.
Look, I don't know about you, but the second verse sold me. The phrasing from JISOO, she nailed it there. Wasn't quite a staccato, going back to what we talked about before. She added, you could hear it, some of that legato phrasing where, especially the second phrase in the second verse, she was connecting the resonance. Then I love going into that pre-chorus, and then he comes in and switches it up right before they hit with the chorus again, and this time they don't do what's called an anti-drop, where they just have the acoustic, but they hit it full on with the drums. And then I think ZAYN was hitting a really nice ad-lib on top of that, so there's a lot. Man, you're lucky I don't pause this every 5 seconds. I'd be like, and then I'd just be blabbing my mouth. There's so much, you know, that I'm hearing that I'd want to talk about, but this was masterful. Let's go back to the second verse. Let's hear this one more time and really appreciate this stylization and then the dynamics building into that chorus, and then we'll let it ride. This to me really gave me goosebumps. They nailed it emotionally. Like the songs, you start to feel it. I started to feel it.
Care what anybody says, just
What's up?
I got tunnel vision every second, let you with me.
I'd be in the studio with them right now being like,
I don't care what anybody says, just kiss me.
nailed that phrasing. If she was my client and we were in the studio together, I was vocal producing, I'd be like, yes, that was it, that line, that was it, I love it. And again, it doesn't have to be crazy vocally, it's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to, you know, go off and riff off. You're supposed to sell a line. It's about the emotion. I felt that.
It's you like trouble, but it could be good. I've been the same kind of misunderstood.
Whatever you've done, just it ain't nothing new. You know by now we've seen it all. Say, oh, we should fall in love with our eyes closed. Better if we keep it where we don't know the best we've been in, the names and the faces of who we were waiting. Oh, ain't nobody perfect, but it's all good.
Love those harmonies.
Can't hurt us if we don't look. Let's let it go. Better if we fall in love with our eyes closed.
With both of them. Just great. You know, something that you wouldn't notice that I really picked up on there that really sells this is the wobbly vibrato on those held out notes. And JISOO and ZAYN are matching that vibrato. So vibrato is a ornament, it's a stylistic nuance on the voice that you can add to held out notes where you oscillate between the desired note. And you can hear it, we'll replay that, you can hear where they add those oscillations, but the key thing that you have to do, and this separates like decent singers from really good singers, is that whenever they're backing people up, they're matching the oscillations. By the way, if you want to learn how to sing, I would love to help you, and I'll talk to you more about that in a second. But let me just go back, and I really want to appreciate this, because I thought that this really made it. If it was just a straight tone the entire time, you wouldn't really get the same feeling.
The best we've been in, the names and the faces of who we were waiting. Oh, ain't nobody perfect, but it's all good. The past can't hurt us if we don't look. Let's let it go. Better if we fall in love with our eyes closed.
Someone like me
And someone like you,
really shouldn't work. Yeah, the history is proof. Damn if I don't.
damned if I do. You know by now we've seen it all.
It's so interesting that their voices work so well in unison.
Oh,
Nice harmony.
we should fall in love with our eyes closed. Better if we keep it where we don't know the best we've been in, the names and the faces of who we were within. Oh, ain't nobody perfect, but it's all good. The past can't hurt us if we don't look. Let's let it go. Better if we fall in love with our eyes closed.
With our eyes closed.
I thought that was so skillful. Yeah, my favorite part of this song by far is that chorus. That chorus is so catchy. That is such a catchy chorus. Like, that's going to be stuck in my mind all day and all night and the next day and the next day. That is so catchy. Now, sometimes I wonder, like, what is it about some melodies that just stick and others don't? Like, other melodies, you'll lose me. But then there's some melodies that just stick in my head and I just can't get it out. And that's one of them. Maybe it's a genetic thing. Maybe everyone's got, you know, genetically different melodies that they're like attracted to or whatever, like that just really stick with them and that replay in their mind. But that's one of them. Let me know your opinion, your reaction in the comments. And yeah, I'll get to some more requests from Patreon. I've got a couple more to do today. So these will be posted soon. And I missed you, by the way. It's good to see you again. I know it's been a minute since I've gotten the camera out and recorded some of these, but I miss it. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. And if you made it this far, why not subscribe? Tons of love. I'll see you soon.